Check out this incredible classic, a 1957 Lincoln Continental Mark II that's been lovingly cared for and boasts a fascinating history. This beauty is in good condition, and it's clear that its caretakers have put a lot of time and effort into maintaining it. First off, let's talk about the specs. This Mark II was powered by an upgraded 368C.I Lincoln Y-block engine, featuring a larger cam, 10:1 compression, dual vacuum distributor, and a Carter 4-barrel carburetor. These enhancements make the 1957 models particularly desirable. It's also got a clean title and has only 9,206 miles on the odometer, which is impressive for a car of this age. Inside, you'll find a gray interior equipped with the only available option at the time, air conditioning. And if you're worried about maintenance, don't be. The seller notes that the car has been regularly serviced with new white wall radial tires, steel wheels, brake master cylinder, cylinders, all brake hoses, shocks, motor mounts, water pump, fuel pump, power steering pump and hoses, and an original style battery with hold down. Now, I know what you might be thinking, a car this old must have some issues, right? Well, according to the seller, the car starts, runs, stops, shifts, and steers wonderfully. It has been driven about once a week, ensuring it remains in good running condition. Of course, as with any used car, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before making a purchase. But based on the seller's description and the photos provided, this Mark II looks like it's in fantastic shape. The asking price of $34,000 might seem steep, but considering its rarity and the excellent condition it appears to be in, it could be a fair price for the right buyer. Overall, if you're in the market for a vintage car with a rich history and plenty of style and character, this 1957 Continental Mark II is definitely worth checking out. Just be prepared to act fast. With a car this cool, it's sure to generate plenty of interest from other enthusiasts. Now, I know I've got some vintage car lovers out there in the audience. What do you think about this one, guys? Let me know your opinion in the comments.
If you're finding value in what we're sharing, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps us create more great content. Thank you.
Let's continue with a 1955 Buick Special that's up for sale in Miami, Florida. This classic ride has a lot to offer, but it's important to note that it's not without its quirks. First, let's talk about the good stuff. According to the seller, this Buick is a joy to drive, and it feels like new on the road, which is impressive for a car that's nearly 70 years old. It has an automatic transmission, making it a comfortable cruiser for those leisurely drives. The car boasts a striking blue interior that complements its white exterior, creating a timeless look that turns heads wherever it goes. Under the hood, the Buick Special is powered by a reliable engine that runs on gasoline. With only 35,000 miles on the odometer, this vintage car has plenty of life left in it. The seller mentions that the car is in great condition and is open to negotiating the price, which could be a great opportunity for those looking to own a piece of automotive history. Now, let's address the potential concerns. While the car is described as beautiful and healthy, it's always wise to consider the age of the vehicle. Classic cars for sale like this one may require some TLC to maintain their charm and performance. The seller doesn't mention any specific issues, but as with any used car, a thorough inspection is recommended to ensure there are no hidden surprises. As for the price, the seller is asking $31,500 for this Buick Special. That might seem steep, but it's important to remember that vintage cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. The combination of low mileage and its well-preserved state could justify the asking price for the right buyer. Overall, if you're in the market for a retro car that's got character and a bit of a story to tell, this 1955 Buick Special might be worth checking out. Just be sure to do your due diligence and get a thorough inspection before making any decisions. And if you're looking to negotiate, the seller might be open to discussing the price, making this an intriguing opportunity for classic car enthusiasts. Today's treat is a beauty, a 1957 Ford Thunderbird that's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. First off, let's talk about the condition of this classic roadster. According to the seller, the car runs, drives, and looks spectacular, which is pretty impressive for a vehicle that's over 65 years old. The paint and chrome are described as nice, and the body is straight and solid, which is always a good sign when it comes to vintage cars. Inside, you'll find a very good condition interior that has been well maintained over the years. The white interior complements the black exterior beautifully, enhancing its classic appeal. And if you're worried about comfort, don't be. This Thunderbird comes loaded with factory options, including air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, power windows, and a power seat to keep you comfortable and in control. Under the hood, you'll find a 312 engine paired with an automatic transmission, which should provide plenty of power and a smooth ride. The car also features an engine dress-up kit and is equipped with wire wheels and wide white wall radials, adding to its vintage charm. The seller notes that this Thunderbird has undergone a clean, older restoration, ensuring it remains a spectacular driver. One thing that really sets this Thunderbird apart is its comprehensive features. It comes with both hard and soft tops, offering versatility for different driving experiences. With a clean history and only 82,000 miles on the odometer, this Thunderbird still has plenty of life left in it. Now let's talk about the price. The seller is asking $29,750 for this Thunderbird, but they are open to offers. While that might seem a bit steep for some buyers, it's important to remember that classic cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. It's worth noting that the seller offers assistance with shipping anywhere in the US or worldwide, and financing is available through jjbias.com or woodsidecredit.com. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Ford that's been well maintained and has plenty of style and character, this 1957 Thunderbird is definitely worth checking out. Just be prepared to act fast. With a car this cool, it's sure to generate plenty of interest from other enthusiasts. Appointments for inspections are required, so be sure to schedule a time to see it in person. Get ready for a classic ride, a 1956 Hudson Hornet that's sure to get your heart racing. First off, let's talk about the condition of this vintage sedan. According to the seller, the car runs great, which is a huge plus for anyone looking for a well-preserved vehicle. While the seller emphasizes the importance of seeing the car in person, this suggests that the Hudson is in good condition for its age, despite any minor imperfections that might not be detailed. Now, let's get to the really exciting part. The driving experience. This Hudson Hornet is equipped with an automatic transmission, making it a smooth and comfortable ride for any classic car enthusiast. With 63,619 miles on the odometer, this car has been driven enough to keep it in running condition, but still has plenty of life left in it. One thing that really sets this car apart is its classic appeal. The exterior color is black, which adds a touch of elegance and timelessness to its appearance. The seller doesn't specify the interior color, but the overall presentation suggests a vehicle that has been cherished over the years. The car comes with a clear title, ensuring you're getting a vehicle with a transparent history and no hidden surprises. This is particularly important for classic cars for sale, as it provides peace of mind regarding the car's background and ownership. As for the price, the seller is asking $24,999 for this Hudson Hornet. While that might seem a bit steep for some buyers, it's important to remember that vintage cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. The combination of its classic design and well-maintained condition could justify the asking price for the right buyer. The seller encourages potential buyers to see the car in person, which suggests that it's available for test drives or inspections. If you're seriously interested, be sure to reach out and arrange a viewing. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Hudson that's been well maintained and has plenty of style and character, this 1956 Hornet is definitely worth checking out. Just be prepared to act fast. With a car this cool, it's sure to generate plenty of interest from other enthusiasts. Discover something truly special, a 1946 Ford Super Deluxe that's looking for a new home. This classic coupe has a lot to offer, but it's important to note that it's not without its quirks. First, let's talk about the good stuff. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful Pontiac 400 engine paired with a 400 automatic transmission with overdrive, which should provide plenty of power and a smooth ride. The seller mentions that this car is a daily driver, making it a reliable option for those who appreciate vintage rides. The exterior of the car is finished in a striking yellow paint job, which is sure to turn heads wherever you go. The all-steel body adds to its classic appeal and durability. The seller has also made some notable upgrades, including a Pontiac front clip and front disc brakes, which should enhance the car's handling and stopping power. Additionally, the car is equipped with vintage air conditioning, ensuring comfort during those warmer drives. This combination of features makes it a perfect car to take to shows, with room for tinkering and making it your own. Now, let's address some of the potential downsides. The odometer reads 12,345 miles, but given the car's age and history, this is likely not the original mileage. This means that the true mileage of the vehicle is unknown, which could be a concern for some buyers. Additionally, while the seller describes the car as a daily driver, it's important to keep in mind that this is a subjective term. Without seeing the car in person or getting a more detailed description of its condition, it's hard to say exactly what daily driver means in this case. As for the price, the seller is asking $24,995 for this Ford Super Deluxe. While that might seem a bit steep for a car with an unknown mileage and some potential question marks around its condition, it's important to remember that vintage cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. With its solid body and included upgrades, this Super Deluxe could be a great starting point for a restoration project or a fun weekend driver. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Ford with some potential for upgrades and improvements, this 1946 model might be worth checking out. Just be sure to do due diligence and get a thorough inspection before making any decisions. If you're looking for a show-quality car or a numbers-matching original, this might not be the best choice for you. Here's a treat for the car lovers, a 1958 Chevrolet Biscayne that's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. First off, let's talk about the specs. Under the hood, you'll find a 235 six-cylinder engine paired with a 3-on-the-tree manual transmission. The seller notes that the car runs and drives excellently, which is impressive for a vehicle that's over 60 years old. The exterior is finished in a classic beige paint job, recently refreshed to enhance its timeless appeal. The car is described as rust-free, a significant advantage for a vintage vehicle, ensuring its structural integrity and longevity. Inside, while the seller hasn't specified the interior color, the overall presentation suggests a clean and well-maintained cabin, ready to provide a comfortable ride. The Biscayne's simplicity and classic design are part of its charm, offering a nostalgic driving experience that transports you back in time. One thing that really sets this Biscayne apart is its condition. The seller emphasizes that there is no rust, which is a common concern with classic cars. This, combined with the recent paint job and lots of new parts, indicates that the car has been well cared for and maintained. Such attention to detail suggests that the previous owner took pride in preserving this piece of automotive history. Now, let's address some of the potential considerations. The odometer reads 111,111 miles, which might not reflect the actual mileage, a common scenario with older vehicles. It's important to keep in mind that while the car is described as clean, this is a subjective term. Without seeing the car in person or getting a more detailed description, it's hard to say exactly what clean means in this case. As for the price, the seller is asking $14,500 for this Chevrolet Biscayne. While that might seem a bit steep for some buyers, it's important to remember that classic cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. The combination of its rust-free condition and recent updates could justify the asking price for the right buyer. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Chevrolet with some nice features and a bit of a story to tell, this 1958 Biscayne is definitely worth checking out. Just be sure to do your due diligence and get a thorough inspection before making any decisions. This car's got that old-school charm that just makes you smile. Check out this incredible classic, a 1940 Oldsmobile that's been lovingly preserved and is now looking for a new home. This beauty is in clean condition, and it's clear that the owners have put a lot of time and effort into maintaining its originality. First off, let's talk about the specs. This Oldsmobile is powered by a 6-cylinder engine, paired with a manual transmission, and operates on a 6-volt system, which is typical for vehicles from this era. It's also got a clean title and has been driven 80,000 miles, which is quite reasonable for a car that's over 80 years old. The exterior is finished in a classic black, enhancing its timeless appeal. Inside, while the seller hasn't specified the interior color, the emphasis on originality suggests that the cabin retains its classic charm. The car runs and drives, indicating that it has been kept in good mechanical condition, which is a significant plus for any vintage car enthusiast. And if you're worried about maintenance, don't be. The seller notes that the car is all original, which often means it has been well cared for to preserve its authenticity. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A car this old must have some issues, right? Well, according to the seller, the car runs and drives, which is a testament to its enduring quality. Of course, as with any used car, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before making a purchase. But based on the seller's description, this Oldsmobile looks like it's in fantastic shape. The asking price of $7,500 might seem like a great deal for a car from 1940, especially when you consider the rarity of such an original model and the clean condition it appears to be in. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Oldsmobile that's been well maintained and has plenty of style and character, this 1940 model is definitely worth checking out. Just be prepared to act fast. With a car this cool, it's sure to generate plenty of interest from other enthusiasts. This Oldsmobile offers a unique opportunity to own a piece of automotive history that you can drive and enjoy. Feast your eyes on this beauty, a 1940 Chrysler Windsor Coupe C, 25 that's been meticulously enhanced for both style and performance. First off, let's talk about the heart of this classic. Under the hood, you'll find a freshly rebuilt 327 engine paired with an automatic transmission and a new drive shaft. This setup promises smooth shifts and reliable power delivery, making it a joy to drive. The engine is complemented by a new Edelbrock carburetor and an electric fuel pump, ensuring optimal performance and efficiency. But the upgrades don't stop there. This Windsor features a rebuilt OEM front suspension, providing improved handling and ride quality. The electrical system has been upgraded to a 12-volt setup with new wiring, enhancing reliability and functionality. This car runs and shifts smoothly, offering a driving experience that blends vintage charm with modern reliability. Now let's talk about the condition of this classic. The Chrysler Windsor is finished in a striking two-tone burgundy with gray fenders, a color combination that highlights its elegant lines. The seller notes that the car is garage kept, which has helped preserve its excellent condition. However, the paint could be upgraded to suit your personal taste, offering an opportunity to add your own touch to this classic beauty. Inside, the interior is a work in progress. While the car features a gray interior, it will need to be completed to match the exterior's elegance. The seller includes door panels that are ready for restoration, allowing you to customize the cabin to your liking. Additionally, aftermarket fender skirts are available to further enhance the car's vintage appeal. As for the price, the seller is asking $27,000 for this Chrysler Windsor. While this might seem steep, it's important to remember the extensive enhancements and the excellent condition of this classic. With only 300 miles on the rebuilt engine, this car is ready to provide years of enjoyment. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Chrysler with a blend of vintage style and modern enhancements, this 1940 Windsor is definitely worth checking out. With its fresh engine, upgraded systems, and stunning good looks, this car is sure to turn heads wherever it goes. Just be prepared to invest a little more in completing the interior to make it truly your own. Take a moment to admire the 1960 AMC Rambler that's ready to hit the road. First off, let's talk about the condition of this classic. According to the seller, the car is in clean condition, which suggests it's been well maintained over the years. The Rambler is equipped with an automatic transmission, making it a comfortable and easy drive for any classic car enthusiast. While the seller mentions a push-button feature, they are unsure about the exact mileage on the odometer, a common issue with vehicles of this age. Under the hood, this Rambler runs on gasoline, promising a reliable performance whether you're cruising through town or taking it out for a weekend drive. With a clean title, this classic is ready to be enjoyed by its new owner without any hassle. Now let's talk about the exterior. The car is finished in a charming green color that captures the essence of the era. The seller doesn't mention any specific issues with the exterior, which is a good sign for potential buyers looking for a vehicle with a solid appearance. The absence of rust or rot would be a significant plus, although it's always wise to confirm this with a thorough inspection. As for the interior, the Rambler features a white interior, offering a classic contrast to its green exterior. While the seller doesn't provide detailed information about the interior's condition, the overall description of the car being clean suggests that the cabin is likely in good shape, maintaining the vintage charm and comfort expected from a 1960 model. Now let's talk about the price. The seller is asking $12,000 for this Rambler. While that might seem a bit steep for some buyers, it's important to remember that classic cars like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable. With its clean condition and automatic transmission, this Rambler could be a great investment for any classic car enthusiast. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic AMC that's ready to hit the road and turn heads wherever it goes, this 1960 Rambler is definitely worth checking out. With its clean condition, reliable mechanics, and charming green exterior, this car is sure to provide plenty of smiles per mile for its lucky new owner. Be sure to reach out for more details and possibly arrange a test drive to experience this vintage beauty firsthand. Get ready to be impressed with the 1951 Ford F1 Custom that's just waiting for the right person to appreciate its classic charm. First off, let's talk about the condition of this vintage truck. The seller describes it as being in very good condition, which is promising for a vehicle of this age. They note that it runs and drives well, thanks to a 1998 Explorer V6 engine, which provides a reliable and modern touch to this classic beauty. Now, let's talk about the potential of this Ford F1. With its timeless styling and gray interior, this truck could be a real head-turner. The exterior is finished in a striking blue, offering a vibrant and appealing look. The combination of classic design with modern mechanicals makes this truck a unique find, perfect for someone who appreciates both vintage aesthetics and contemporary performance. One thing that sets this Ford F1 apart is its upgraded features. It comes equipped with air conditioning and heat, ensuring comfort in all seasons. Additionally, the truck has been fitted with disc brakes, enhancing its safety and stopping power compared to the original setup. These upgrades make it not only a showpiece, but also a practical vehicle for everyday use. As for the mileage, the seller notes 123,456 miles, which is a placeholder often used when the true mileage is unknown. While this might be something to consider, the modern engine swap likely means many components have been refreshed or replaced, reducing concerns about wear and tear. Now let's talk about the price. The seller is asking $23,000 for this Ford F1, which might seem steep, but it's important to consider the upgrades and the condition. Classic trucks like this one are becoming increasingly rare and desirable, and the blend of vintage style with modern reliability could make it a worthwhile investment for the right buyer. The truck comes with a Georgia title, simplifying the registration process for local buyers. Overall, if you're in the market for a classic Ford F1 with a blend of old-school charm and modern reliability, this 1951 model is definitely worth checking out. With its very good condition, unique styling, and practical upgrades, this truck could be a truly rewarding addition to any collection or a fun daily driver for the right person. Here's your chance to see a classic, a 1955 Willis wagon that's been lovingly restored and is ready to hit the road. First off, let's talk about the heart of this vintage gem. This Willis wagon embodies the rugged charm and durability that defined mid-century American vehicles. With dual overdrive and four-wheel drive, this Jeep is equipped to handle a variety of terrains, making it perfect for both collectors and adventurers. Now let's talk about the condition of this Willis wagon. Ace's Classic Cars proudly offers this beautifully restored vehicle, which underwent a full restoration about 6 years ago. The restoration has brought it back to its original glory, and it still turns heads as it did in 1955. The meticulous care taken during the restoration process ensures that this Willis looks as good as new, showcasing its classic lines and robust build. The exterior of this Willis wagon is a testament to its era, with a design that captures the essence of the 1950s. While the seller hasn't specified the interior or exterior colors, the overall presentation suggests a vehicle that has been restored with attention to detail and authenticity. These wagons were originally built to be workhorses, often equipped with PTOs for farm equipment, which adds to their historical significance. As for the price, the seller is asking $27,000 for this Willis wagon. Considering the full restoration and the increasing rarity of these vehicles, this seems like a fair price for a piece of automotive history. With roughly 300,000 originally made, many were used and abused, leading to their scarcity today. This makes the Willis wagon a valuable addition to any classic car collection. Overall, if you're in the market for a beautifully restored classic that's ready to take on new journeys, this 1955 Willis wagon is definitely worth checking out. With its dual overdrive, four-wheel drive, and stunning restoration, this vehicle is sure to stand apart wherever you take it. Don't miss out on owning a piece of automotive history that will be appreciated by those who admire the craftsmanship and legacy of vintage Willis. You're in for a real treat today. A freshly updated 1955 Jeep M38A1 Willis that's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. First off, let's talk about the condition of this Jeep. According to the seller, it's in excellent condition, and it's easy to see why. The vehicle has recently received significant upgrades, which include new rear axles, front spider gears, and shocks. The result is a robust green Jeep that looks ready to tackle any terrain with confidence. Under the hood, you'll find the Jeep's reliable engine paired with an automatic transmission, ensuring a smooth driving experience. The seller notes that the Jeep starts and drives well, which is always a good sign for a vintage car. While the specifics of the engine's power output aren't detailed, the new mechanical components suggest a focus on durability and performance, essential for any classic off-road vehicle. One unique feature of this Jeep is its new seats and top, providing both comfort and protection from the elements. The interior is finished in a classic black, contrasting nicely with the rugged green exterior. This combination not only enhances the Jeep's aesthetic appeal, but also ensures a comfortable ride for both driver and passengers. Now, let's talk about the price. The seller is asking $10,000 for this Jeep, which may seem like a reasonable amount for a vintage car. Considering the new parts and the Jeep's overall condition, it starts to make more sense. The seller doesn't mention any specific investments made in the vehicle, but at $10,000, this is a competitive price for a well-maintained Jeep M38A1. Of course, as with any used car's purchase, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before making a final decision. The seller doesn't provide any details about the car's maintenance history or any other potential issues, so it's important to do your due diligence and make sure everything checks out. Overall, this Jeep M38A1 is a real find for anyone in the market for a vintage car that's been meticulously cared for and upgraded. If you're in the market for a rugged, classic Jeep, this 1955 model is definitely worth checking out. With its sturdy upgrades, new interior features, and solid mechanical condition, this car is sure to provide plenty of adventures. Located in Lake Zurich, Illinois, with 2,000 miles on the clock, this Jeep is ready for its next journey. Take a look at this beauty, a 1956 Metropolitan Nash that's in clean condition and ready to hit the road. First off, let's talk about the engine. Under the hood, you'll find a gasoline-powered engine that has been maintained over the years. The seller has receipts for all the work done in the past 4 years, indicating a commitment to keeping this unique car in good running order. While specific details about the engine size or output aren't provided, the Metropolitan's reputation for being a fun and quirky ride suggests it's a solid performer. Paired with that engine is a 3-speed manual transmission, affectionately known as 3 on the tree, which promises a fun and engaging driving experience. There's just something about manually shifting gears that makes driving a retro car like this that much more enjoyable. Now, let's talk about the overall condition of this Metropolitan. The seller describes it as clean, which is always a good sign. Although it was originally purchased for their daughter, it wasn't fully restored before she graduated. The odometer shows 66,000 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age. Of course, it's always a good idea to verify the accuracy of the odometer reading, but assuming it's correct, this Metropolitan has plenty of life left in it. The car starts, runs, and drives, making it a potential daily driver with minimal work. However, the steering recently broke and needs attention, so addressing this issue would be a priority for any prospective buyer. As for the price, the seller is asking $14,000 for this Metropolitan. While that may seem like a lot for a classic car, it's important to keep in mind that well-maintained examples of the Metropolitan are becoming increasingly rare. Given the car's clean condition and the documented maintenance history, it could be a solid investment for the right buyer. One thing to note is that the seller is located in Ammon, Idaho, so if you're seriously interested in this Metropolitan, it might be worth making the trip to check it out firsthand. Overall, if you're in the market for a vintage car that's in clean condition and ready to hit the road, this 1956 model is definitely worth checking out. With its charming blue exterior, white interior, and unique driving experience, this car is sure to provide plenty of smiles per mile. While the price may be a bit steep for some buyers, the car's rarity and condition could make it a worthwhile investment for the right enthusiast. We've got a treat in store for you, a 1952 Jeep Willys CJ 3A that's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. First off, let's talk about the history of this Jeep. According to the seller, this classic has been rebuilt and has only 5,800 miles on it since the rebuild. This suggests that it's been well-loved and meticulously cared for over the years. The seller also notes that they have all records of the rebuild neatly compiled in a binder, which is a valuable resource for any vintage car enthusiast. Now, let's talk about the condition of this Jeep. The seller describes it as being in good, clean condition, and based on the details, it's easy to see why. The interior boasts a classic black color scheme, which complements the striking yellow exterior. This vibrant paint job is sure to stand out from the crowd and capture attention wherever you drive. Under the hood, you'll find a Buick 6-cylinder engine paired with an automatic transmission. This setup promises a reliable and enjoyable driving experience. Additionally, the Jeep features 4WD with locking front hubs, making it a versatile vehicle ready for both on-road and off-road adventures. The seller's commitment to maintaining this Jeep is evident in the detailed records of the rebuild, ensuring that it should be ready to hit the road without any major concerns. As for the price, the seller is asking $12,000 for this Jeep. While that may seem like a significant investment for a classic car, it's important to keep in mind that well-maintained examples of vintage Jeeps like this one are becoming increasingly rare. Given the car's good condition and comprehensive rebuild history, it could be a solid investment for the right buyer. The seller mentions that they unfortunately don't use it enough, which could be a great opportunity for a buyer to acquire a unique and fun vehicle. Overall, if you're in the market for a vintage Jeep that's in good condition and ready to hit the road, this 1952 model is definitely worth checking out. With its robust engine, automatic transmission, and eye-catching yellow exterior, this car is sure to provide plenty of smiles per mile. Located in North Palm Beach, Florida, this Jeep is a fantastic find for any classic car enthusiast looking to add a unique piece to their collection. Prepare for a real classic treat, a 1953 MGDD that's ready to hit the road and turn some heads. First off, let's talk about the condition of this MGTD. The seller describes it as a beautifully restored car that's undergone extensive work, which is always a good sign. They don't mention any major issues or damage, suggesting that this MGTD has been meticulously cared for over the years. One of the standout features of this particular MGTD is the incredibly low mileage. With only around 350 miles on the odometer since its restoration, this car is practically brand new in terms of its driving life. It's rare to find a vintage car with such low post-restoration mileage, making this a fantastic opportunity for a collector or enthusiast looking for a pristine example. Another cool feature of this MGDD is its comprehensive restoration. The car has been repainted in a striking red, complemented by a tan interior, which enhances its classic appeal. The restoration includes new wheels and tires, upholstery, top, dashboard, wiring, carpet, chrome parts, and brake components. The engine has also been removed and rebuilt by University Motors of Grand Rapids, ensuring that it runs smoothly and reliably. With a clean title and an automatic transmission, this MGTD is sure to provide plenty of smiles per mile. It's ready to offer an enjoyable driving experience, whether you're cruising down scenic routes or attending classic car shows. As for the price, the seller is asking $32,000 for this MGTD. While that may seem like a significant investment for a car that's nearly 70 years old, it's actually a fair price for a fully restored, low-mileage classic. Given the MGTD's timeless charm and collectability, it could be a solid investment for the right buyer. Of course, as with any used car's purchase, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before making a final decision. The seller doesn't provide specific details about the car's maintenance history beyond the restoration, so it's important to do your due diligence and ensure everything checks out. Located in Elizabethtown, North Carolina, this MGTD is a rare find for anyone in the market for a vintage car that's been lovingly restored and is ready to hit the road. With its stunning red exterior, fresh interior, and solid mechanical condition, this car is sure to impress. We've got a real gem to share with you, a 1951 GMC 3500 Club Cabin chassis that's in great shape and ready for a new owner. First off, let's talk about the history of this truck. According to the seller, they've owned it for 17 years, which suggests a long-term commitment and care for this vintage vehicle. The truck features its original frame, chassis, and cab, along with the original paint and oak bed, adding to its classic charm. Now, let's talk about the condition of this GMC. The seller describes it as running and driving great, and based on the details, it's easy to see why. The truck has undergone a motor swap to a small block 350, paired with an automatic 4-speed transmission. It also features a Dana 60 rear axle and a Dana 44 front axle, along with 4x4 capabilities in both high and low settings. The addition of an electric cooler and power steering enhances its drivability. One thing that really stands out about this GMC is its rugged setup. With a 6-inch lift kit and 35 by 12.5 tires on 17 wheels, this truck is ready for off-road adventures. It also boasts 4.56 gears, ensuring robust performance. The interior features a unique leopard print, adding a touch of personality to this classic truck. As for the price, the seller is asking $25,000 for this GMC. While that may seem like a lot for a truck that's over 70 years old, it's important to keep in mind the original features and extensive modifications. The seller notes that the truck needs 2 things: a front drive shaft and a better brake light switch. These are relatively minor issues that shouldn't detract from the overall appeal of this vintage vehicle. The seller is open to trades, particularly interested in a 4x4 Tundra from 2007 to 2013, which could be an intriguing option for potential buyers. Of course, as with any used car's purchase, it's always a good idea to get a thorough inspection before making a final decision. If you're in the market for a classic truck that's ready to hit the road and tackle any terrain, this 1951 GMC 3500 is definitely worth checking out. Located in Sonora, California, with 110,000 miles on the clock, this truck offers a blend of vintage charm and modern capability, making it a compelling option for the right buyer.